Flying away with the catch the line with the. Sorry, someone's playing music outside. I don't know if you can hear it. I feel weird about everything. I don't know. I'm like, last night I was up until like 4:50 a.m. and I thought to myself, I can't sleep even a little bit. But that's probably because, well, I don't really remember what I did yesterday. I'm pretty sure I had some sort of mental breakdown over a dude. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it. Right. I remember because today is, let's see. Jesus, is today Tuesday? How is today Tuesday? Time flies uncomfortably fast. I forgot tomorrow was Monday, and I was like, I was hungover because I had a little too much fun on Sunday at a friend's comedy show, and I was like, oh, okay. And then my sleep schedule got thrown off because, of course, when you have a Red Bull margarita, and then I remember that night I had a ton of energy, but still felt kind of sick and lethargic, and obviously hungover, so I couldn't think straight. Went to sleep off, woke up the next morning feeling totally like shit, obviously. Like, despite me taking a huge break from caffeine and alcohol, it still hit like a truck. And then on top of that, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and spend the day inside. But at the same time, it was one of those things where it's like I didn't want to be inside because it's like, oh, what? I'm gonna think about that nigga who don't want me. I'm gonna be bored as shit and alone and miserable and can't think of anything that I want to do to bring myself happiness, joy, or bliss. And I'm also like poor, so it's like, what can I afford to do? Unless I gambled. I mean, gambled not as in money. Gambled as in like impulse paid for a bunch of shit and hoped it all worked out in the long run. But let's just say, we don't want to dig a deeper hole. But I could always trust the universe will provide for me again. I don't know. I'm a spiritual person. I believe that when you give, the universe like gives your money back tenfold as long as you manifest it, and as long as you're aligned with a higher path and seem to be aligning yourself with that path. But I feel like I haven't been for quite a while, and it's been hard to. And then last night I remember it was like, okay, I could go out and force myself to socialize, but that other comedy show I could have gone to, the roster was weak as fuck. And then it's like this other event, it was like I could have gone to the city, and there was a friend of mine, he was like, I will pay for your food and drink if you want, and you can come out here. But I thought to myself, it's freezing fucking cold, and it's gonna be a whole bunch of old white men at some Irish pub talking, and my autistic buddy, who I don't know all that well, and I just thought to myself, that seems like it could be messy, so I should not get myself involved in it. Hmm. And I guess I thought to myself, I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to be indoors. I don't want to be outdoors. I don't feel like playing video games in my living room. Or am I just afraid to because of tensions with my housemate? But then again, why am I afraid of them? They're a pussy and a loser. And they have no ground to stand on. And they're an idiot. Either way, I was just miserable as fuck, dude. And I didn't know what to do. And then my crush released music. And I felt bittersweet because it's like, oh, look at me. Now I'm listening to like this entire album of music that I already heard like before it even got released. And he decided to just release it like a whole like month or two early. Like he said he was going to release that in like January, like 2025, like February or something. And then out of nowhere, it's like he just dropped it last night. And I liked it. I've been listening to his music, if not like almost all day, right next to Kendrick and right next to Eden and right next to all my other artists. But last night I really needed it. It made my night being able to listen to those songs again. And it made me reminisce on how good it felt when I got to have that call with him. Which I think is why I've been feeling so weird about like that crush. Because when you meet someone in a tough place, you can sometimes latch yourself onto them a little bit more emotionally, whether you want to or not, whether you acknowledge it or not. It just happens. So I went ahead and got myself some spicy Popeyes chicken sandwiches, and I made sure I was like, I'm gonna be here and I'm going to savor this music and listen to it and feel how I feel. It's a very strange feeling to know that I listened to his music before with him for like 5 hours, and that I remember that night was so euphoric for me. He said it felt great for him too, and I'm at least glad we got to share that last good memory with each other before shit hit the fan. Would have been nice if we could have done that more, but I can't control the reality. But he was extremely. I liked it, and it made me feel passion again. I didn't care about if my housemate didn't like the music playing on the speakers or if it was too loud. I didn't care about if anyone else was messaging me or who was or was not messaging me. I just thought this is good music. It's new music, it's non depressing, and even the ones that are more cathartic and not just like I don't know, like a echo sound bubble just trapping me in my own thoughts. Because I've been listening to nonstop The Weekend and like every once in a while, like a few random Project Pat songs here or there. Because they were like, if anything, endless amounts for The Weekend. My brain has probably gotten massive psych damage from it, I'm gonna admit. And so here it is, where it's like, look at me. I'm enjoying like a new style of music I had no idea I'd be into, with this extremely hot, sexy, fine ass guy who I find really intriguing and interesting and want to get to know more. And we're just two people just talking and having a nice night on some random ass, what, that was like some random Monday like a week ago or so. It was nice. I really needed that, and I'm grateful for it. And so last night, when I got to listen to the same music, but this time without his presence, it felt bittersweet. Because it's like some stuff I can't tell him, but it did make me think things that I thought when I first heard about it. I thought, oh man, he should get into like making music for movies and shit. Oh my god, he's such a talent. Oh, I should become a lyricist. I could do this too. Like, hell, we could even make a song together. Oh, like, he like, and like, oh, I hate the use of autotune. Some of his songs, he does not need autotune. Like, he has a naturally good voice. He does not fucking need autotune. I'm just saying. Yeah. And then I remember, like, I guess since I spent most of the day just laying down ill and woke up super late, I woke up around, like, I don't know, like fucking 3 in the afternoon, roughly, or at least that's what I remember. So I guess me staying up until like almost 5 a.m. just, I don't know, I journaled out my feelings, I made vents online on here. I was really trying to figure out how I felt. But it's just, I feel, I don't know, it's just been like this confusing tangle of emotions, and I don't quite know how to put my finger on it. And then, I don't know, I hardly remember how I felt at almost 5 a.m., but I guess I thought to myself, here I am. I have no body pain. I have no brain fog, no inflammation. My stomach is filled. I have water in my system, and I don't have any reason to, like, not do what I want. And I thought to myself, I could clean up my room. I could go out there and play on my PS4 with no guilt because I know my housemate's asleep, and even if they woke up, what the fuck could they do about it? Uh, I could, like, I thought to myself, I could get on ChatGPT and have it draft me a list of things I could do so I can wake up in the morning nice and ready. But I also thought to myself, why can't I just let myself rest? Sometimes the best thing you can do is let yourself rest. And I saw a bunch of tarot readings from like multiple women online, those online ones, and they said the best thing you can do is like not burn yourself out, but still like take the drive, take the initiative, start the thing, do it now. You have the power, do it now. There's no blockages aside from what's in your mind. And I don't know, but I still was heartbroken, admittedly, over the whole Roe music producer guy, the guy I had a crush on, because I just kind of like, I knew I shouldn't be sad. I shouldn't. I should be telling myself, like, he's a selfish guy. He's self centered. He's rude. He's not very smart. And he can be a dick. But sadly, that doesn't exactly make me feel better. It just makes me feel worse. Like, oh, right, I can't just easily drop an attraction to a person like that. And also because it wasn't even about romantic love or platonic love. It was just the fact that I had someone who I gave a fuck about and was really intrigued by, and they made me feel something that I forgot that I could feel. Do you know how much that means to me? Not to say I don't have other people I love in my life, like my ex Liam, for example. He's still the light of my life. He's still wonderful. But let's just say, imagine you're in a big dark room and you've only got one candle, and it's like you don't know when the candle will one day blow out, but it's there, you know. And I admire him a lot. He's a wonderful guy. He's a sweet guy. But it's still like, he doesn't like every joke I say, you know. He doesn't think I'm that funny anymore. And he's complimenting me less. He's still showing signs that he does care about me. No, of course he does. Like, I guess somehow he knew I was suffering with inflammation, and he gave me like a big thing of powder so that I could have like functioning brain health, and it's been working so far, so good. And if I'm feeling bad or ill, he would still like reach out and want good for me. And he's still a sweet guy. Like, if I ask him for something, like, usually he'll be down to get it for me, even if I just hint at it. He's a sweet fella. But I can still recognize that it's like, okay, as lovely as he is, there's still incompatibilities. And here my dumbass goes, falling for some stupid ass, ew, Capricorn? Ugh! I'm surprised me and a Capricorn got along. That usually doesn't happen. I'm not even into astrology like that. I'm really not. I shit on people who are into astrology, excluding some of the tarot card girlies, because sometimes they're really accurate. What can I say? Some of them are nut jobs, though. I'm just gonna say that, though. I'm being honest. I'm being real. But I have a history. I'm a Virgo, and I have a history of hating Capricorns. Is that even Capricorn? I fucking hate Capricorns. It's like some of my. Oh wait, no, they're not even a Capricorn. What's before Capricorn? All right, let's see. December 10th is what zodiac sign? That is a Sagittarius. Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, I don't even know shit about Sagittarius. I'm just saying, but whatever. Let's not focus on that. What I'm saying is I met someone who made me feel something in a while. So I don't know. I'm not saying that let's say Liam is like a beautiful, like nice candle. Still wonderful. You know, it's a scent that you're used to. It's still wonderful, but the room is very big and very dark. And if they were your only light to guide you as you tried to get your way around the dark, vast maze of a room, it'd be a little difficult. And then the presence of the music producer guy, that felt like a huge explosive spark, like a firework or like some sort of like light flare going off in the distance that shut out colors. And then as I'm just searching for the flare, I find my way through the maze and life gets easier because I have both the candle and the flare. And now the flare's gone and there's nothing but smoke, and now it's worse than before because now the candle is getting fucking its flame almost extinguished too, and then I'll feel totally alone. I can't have that. Hmm. But aside from that, I don't know. Last night I feel a little annoyed because last night I was like, I feel no issues, no excuses for anything. I could if I wanted to because it's not super cold outside, or maybe it was still kind of cold, but not like freezing. I was like, I could get up, toss on some pajama pants, go out, play some video games in a bit, do some little shit on my laptop, do some arts and crafts, have some fun, get a nice head start on my day by like 3 hours, and by the time it's 8 o'clock, I can go to my storage unit and I can get the supplies I need to make that Christmas wig that I really wanted to make before like the month is up. And my nipples are super hard. Sorry, I just kind of realized that as I was talking. I'm sorry. I've got to have the window open. And then I just kind of brainstormed in my head. I said I could do all of this because it's nice and early, and I have no urge to sleep. And I I even tried beating my meat to sleep. That didn't work. And I just thought to myself, okay, well, I guess I'll see what else I can do then. But I still tried to sleep. I thought to myself, even though I'm craning my neck on my saggy ass pillows in a way that may give me hypertension or migraine or neck pain the next day, and even though I am like I can't sleep, and I just thought to myself, I think I have too much mental duress over the whole row music producer guy, because my body's acting as if I like lost a loved one or something, but I know it's not that deep. I know it's just like a really big attachment from someone who just happened to be the best thing to come into my life after a few months of hell. That's all I can really say. Like, not the absolute best. Of course, anyone who watches these videos, I love you, of course. But I'm just saying, like a consistent, like, sometimes it helps to have more than just like a few. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything mean. I'm just saying, like, there's a difference between, oh, I get like a comment on a YouTube video every now and then, and this is a person I can talk to throughout a day. Like, one's a little more sporadic than the other. But it doesn't mean I don't value y'all. I'm making that clear. Anyway, I tried to go to bed last night because I thought I'm way too sad and depressed and I need to not let myself get burnt out. And I'll just let myself rest. And I'll feel my emotions and maybe even have a dream. And then by the time I wake up, I'll feel better. I don't remember my dream, but I know I woke up. And let's just say instant stomach pain from the Popeyes chicken sandwiches and the Pringles and the Rice Krispies I ate. extreme bladder pain, extreme stomach pain, inflammation in the brain, even despite me taking two helpings of the powder that Liam gave me. Just full on body sickness, and it's miserable. And I'm just like, why, God? What is this supposed to do? What's any of this supposed to mean? I don't understand it. Like, I don't know. It just feels. I just wanted to sleep for a few hours that night, or at least wake up not thinking about him, and instead he was the very first thing I felt and thought about, and that makes me sad. Makes me really fucking sad. And then let's just say things got really bad today. Don't worry, I didn't harm myself, or at least more like self sabotage in the most disgusting way we can think of, but I'm not gonna talk about it until it close. But let's just say I had energy at some point today. I woke up a little late though. It was like already like 12:30, 1:30 by the time I woke up. And I also had a headache because, mind you, it's not good to sleep when you feel not tired. So I also woke up with a headache from that. And it just felt like I was being punished for actually trying to be like, I'm not going to grind super hard because I want to make sure that I am at my 100% best tomorrow. And now I feel embarrassed because it's like, oh, look, I had like 98% energy, but like, or well, more like 80% energy, but like 20% like romance based depression and sadness and gloom. And I thought I can force myself to sleep, and then by the time I wake up, I'll forget all about it. And instead, I wake up the next morning with like 40% energy. Like, or at absolute best, we could say like 60% energy. But then as time went on, it's like I just got worse and worse and worse today, and now it's like fucking 3:35 p.m. and I don't know what I want to do, and it's lame, and I feel weird. And I just think to myself, I used to be so creative and ambitious. I really wish this year did better for me. It doesn't feel like this was a good year, like it should. Like I did good things. Like, I got wonderful, expensive gifts for men. Like, it's like, oh, look, I have a nice necklace made out of 14 karat gold and opal that some rich fucking Nepo baby financial analyst stupid guy from some extremely wealthy family who was a fucking perverted sexual predator narcissist gave to me. And some other pretty things. And it's like, oh, look, I have, it's like, look at me, I have a bunch of fucking, like, I managed to do a whole bunch of nice, expensive things for first dates. And I had a lot of amazing experiences and times, but I'm gonna admit, I had some pretty bad times too. Plenty of bad times. I made friends and then lost them. I had big events where people would like call my name when I enter a room, and now none of those people talk to me anymore. And then it kept happening over and over and over. And then I'm just tired. Tired. So you can imagine why someone like me would be so attached to this guy so fast. Because it's like, look at me. After so many times of feeling alone or having people say they care about me as a friend, but really they're just lustful, or really they just like want me as a friend, but really just want to like peep in on me every now and then. They don't want to text, they don't want to talk, they just want to view my fucking Instagram story or send a sporadic meme, but they never want to be there for me. And here I was optimistic that it can be like, maybe it's actually depressing. The bar wasn't even like, hey, he needs to 100% be there for me and absolutely perfect in every fucking way. It could just be he is there and he's making me happy. And that's what I wanted. And it just felt like a cruel joke. Like, Tamia finally wins. She gets this extremely multi talented, cool guy in her life who's making her feel happy. And through the power of his amazing Pied Piper ass music, she is like not thinking about how fucked up her own life is. And she gets to cope and feel good and see potentials like, hey, I could make music with this guy one day and I could be creative, and hey, he's not showing that much interest in me, but you know what, I can show him that I'm creative and maybe we could even be friends or bond over it. Or hey, I could just do it for myself because I need to have ambitions. And I felt good because he was a reminder that I am just as interesting and creative and ambitious of a person as he is, if not with even more potential. And I just hate that circumstances have to be this way because I don't feel like I can be anymore. And I don't know what to do now. Like, sure, the tarot card ladies will probably say, hey, just make the first move. Don't do anything to burn yourself out, but just trust that the universe will provide. Make the move. Make the art. Get creative. Socialize. Hang out with friends. That's true, and maybe I will tonight. Maybe that is what I need to do. I won't even mock it. That sounds like perfectly good advice. I could probably make a painting tonight. And if I don't do that, I could make a song about how I'm feeling, or I can record a rap about anything or anything. And I guess I'm just feeling a little disappointed because it doesn't feel like I've been myself lately, and I can't remember the last time I felt like myself because I was in a fucked up abusive relationship and then another fucked up abusive relationship, and it's like I can't even process the fact that I'm 24 because I just don't know how did time pass over the past 3 years, and I can barely remember shit about what happened in that time frame, right? Because I was always struggling. If it wasn't financially, it was emotionally, and I'm tired of struggling. Anyway, if no one else is gonna care about me, I owe it to myself to put myself first. So frankly, fuck my ugly ass, stupid ass, bitch ass housemate and their illegal attempts at trying to get me out of here. I'm gonna play some PlayStation games and relax, and they can't do shit about it because there's not shit to do or shit to say to me. And you know what? It's also pretty early. If I want to, I can find my fucking storage keys in this mess of a place and get my fucking head bust. Not my head busted, but like my bust, like a actual like plastic skull I have in my fucking pole, and my dress form, and I can work on the sewing project I promised myself I would work on, and the wig project that I'm working on, and have fun, and I can get my chakras going, and maybe even tonight I can go, you know what, there's still time to spare and I want to have some fun, let's go out to an open mic and watch people socialize, and that seems like a fucking blast, and I would love to do that, and I can watch people tell jokes and make me smile and make me feel happy. And because no one person is an island, it's not good for people to be alone, especially during hard times. And yeah, I want to feel happy, and that's how I feel. So anyway, let me go ahead and ride this delusion and see where it takes me. So peace out. Bye.